everybody. So today is another one of those little special days. I'm going to make my 100th video. And yeah, I'm all in work clothes and stuff. I've been out here trying to chop some weeds and getting ready to do a little cooking. So that's what my 100th video is going to be about today. I'm going to show you how to do this really great onion thing. And of course, it's not just going to be about eating an onion. I don't know how many people want to do that. But this is a real good way to eat an onion now. I want you to know that. And I'm going to bake a potato with it. And I'll show you how to do that. And right now I'm going to show you a little mishap I had the other day. I could have had it staked down a little better, but I didn't. But anyway, take a look at that. And then I'll start this charcoal grill up. And we'll get ready to fix something to eat. I thought this would be a good little start to my 100th video. I got home from work and found my little screen tent out in the middle of the driveway. We had some really good storms come through here yesterday, but I was surprised though coming down the driveway seeing this out in the middle of the driveway. A little table over here all turned over. I guess I'm just gonna take this thing and little snail, you're gonna have to live somewhere else. I guess I'm gonna have to just take this thing until these storms are about done. It's got dirt all over it, it's been blown on it and stuff. I'm going to see if it's supposed to have a few days maybe without some rain coming up next week, so I think I'll just clean this up and see if I can fit it back in its bag and put that up until you know, I'm on the road somewhere and need it. But anyway, let's get on with this onion and baked potato and a good piece of sausage. Okay, so I want to start up the coals here. And I want to show you a little thing. I don't know, maybe we could call this a solo tidbit, but I like to take the charcoal briquettes and I'll take a couple of them. Actually, there are 3 in there. If I need the other one, I'll get it out. But I like to soak those in the charcoal lighter fluid. You can use lamp oil. And then I'm going to put my coals in there. I'm going to stick my lighter down in there. See how that lights right up. Let me get that other one going. There, now those will burn for a while. I'm going to stack these around. You want to try to keep them touching, because these charcoals, one of them will get the other one started. So I'm going to let that go for a little while and go in and prepare my onion and baked potato. Okay, so let's get started here. Now, I'm not going to put a whole lot of time into the baked potato because this is more about the onion than the baked potato. But just prepare that as you normally would. I'm one of those people that believes that when you wrap these things in foil, then it's not really a baked potato, it's a steamed potato. But when you're cooking something in coals, you don't want those coals all over your potato. I like to eat the skin of the potato. From everything I've read, there are more nutrients and minerals and everything in the skin than you're going to find in the rest of the potato. So anyway, if I was going to bake that in the oven, I wouldn't put foil on it, and I would give it a coating of olive oil and just put it in the oven on whatever baking sheet or whatever I have, and that's the way I would bake the potato. But today we're going to have the steamed potato. Now for the onion, you want to pick you out whatever onion you like best, no big deal. I have a bouillon cube and a pat of butter. Now I went up to Gunnersville with a friend of mine. Well, we met there. He's from Ohio. And I showed him this and he really liked it. And as a matter of fact, everyone I've ever shown this really liked it. And I've been trying to think of where I found out about it, and I can't remember who told me about this. But I've been doing it for years. And actually, this will be the first time I've done this on a barbecue grill. I really, when I go camping, like to cook on an open fire. You cannot beat open fire cooking. I'm talking about like over oak or hickory wood. Now I've trimmed off that root part, and I trimmed off the top, and I also want to get that skin off of there. So I'm removing that. That came loose pretty good that time. A lot of times, if that skin comes off real nice and clean, then I don't do anything else to it. If it doesn't come off so clean, then I'll score that outside band of the onion and I'll remove that. But I just want to go in here with my knife and do a little bit of coring. It's actually going to be a little bit more than coring because I want a little trough, so to speak, in this onion. So I have a little crater, concave opening there. And all I'm going to do is now take this bouillon cube, and if I had been smart, I would have had that open already. But that's just one. This is a beef bouillon cube. Normally, what I do with this is out on a camping trip, and it's sort of a tradition with me and a couple of friends I've had. We'll have a steak and this onion and a potato. So I just took that butter and stuck it right on top of that beef bouillon cube. Now I'm going to get a piece of foil. And like I was saying, I'm getting sort of jabbering up here. But we cook this over an open fire. It won't be any different cooking it on this grill. But what I'm going to do is the same thing I do over an open fire. This potato takes longer to cook than this onion. There, that's good enough. That's all ready to go. Like I was saying, I normally have this with a steak. You know, we would pick out whatever kind we like the best. It could be a strip, a T-bone, a ribeye, whatever you like. You just can't beat cooking a steak over an open fire. I think it's better than cooking on a charcoal grill, although a grill is still really good. And I'm not having a steak today. About the only time I eat a steak, as a matter of fact, is when I'm out on a camping trip somewhere, and that's a one-time thing for the camping trip. But today I have some Hillshire Farms smoked sausage that I like pretty good. I had some of that left over from the Gunnersville trip, and I don't want to keep it so long that it goes bad, so I'm going to have that today with this onion and this, I'm going to call it baked potato, but steamed potato. So while the coals are getting hot, I've done all this preparation, and I'll be back in just a second showing you how I'm going to put this in the coals. Okay, you can see how good these coals are going, and I didn't do anything else to it but put those two I had soaked in there. Now I'm going to take this baked potato, and it's not a very large one, but I'm going to stick it down in here real close to these coals. Now if you're out on a camping trip and putting your potato in there, don't be afraid to get it in those coals. If it's 5 or 6 inches away from the coals, it's going to take you forever to cook it. So anyway, I'm going to put my grill lid on here. Now I may have to come back and put a few more coals on here. I don't know if I will or not. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to put my little lid that I've made up on there to try to keep some of that heat in. And I'm going to turn the air down a little bit. Now what I'm going to do, even though this is not a very big baked potato, I'm going to cook this for about 45 minutes. But the onion, I'm only going to cook for about 15 minutes. So it's not going to go in for a little while. And in the middle of the 30 to 45 minutes on the baked potato, I'm going to come out and I'm going to turn it a couple of times. So let's wait and see how that goes. Okay, it's been 20 minutes, and I'm going to turn this potato around a little bit. I'm also going to add a few more coals. One reason I don't do any more of this cooking is because if I was fixing all this stuff for 3 or 4 people, it'd be a different deal. But, boy, it's hot in there. That's a good thing. I hate burning up all these coals for one person is one of the big deal. But this charcoal little grill here, it's been a pretty good one, but it's on its way out. I'm going to downsize again, and it's going to be it's going to be one of the issues that is not with us anymore. So anyway, there's 20 minutes on that potato and a few more coals. Now we'll let that sit there for another 15 minutes, let's say, and then we'll start talking about putting the onion on here. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, let's give us another check here. Been about another 10 minutes. I'm actually going to give this potato, I think. Let's check that. Yeah, it's not too bad right now. I'm going to move it a little further away from the coals. And I'm going to add that onion. So actually this fire here is not as hot as a real live wood fire. So everything's taking a little bit extra. So I'm going to call it an hour on that baked potato. And I'm going to give it 20-25 minutes on that onion. So let's let all this sit in here for a little bit longer, and we'll put a piece of sausage on there. Okay, let's put this sausage on there. I've actually given that onion a little bit more time even. It's a big onion. It's actually big enough for 2 people. I won't eat this whole thing in one sitting. I might throw it in half of it in some black-eyed peas or something tomorrow. But anyway, I'm gonna cook this sausage up, and that potato is done, and this onion wouldn't hurt it for another 5 minutes, which is about how long it'll take to cook that sausage. And we'll be right back here. Okay, if you hear a whole lot of fan, that's my air conditioning going. I'm not turning it off here. It is hot out. But I want to do a little opening here. That onion is real tender in there. I'm going to pour that broth on it. Throw this away. Let's get this baked potato out. Like I said, this all took a little longer than it would in a natural wood fire. So I said it was going to be about 45 minutes total. Give it a little over an hour. But anyway, I'm going to cut this potato. That's real good. I moved it out of the heat some so that I could cook this onion a little more. Now this is enough for 2 people, but look at that. That just falls apart there. That onion and bouillon is going to give it some flavor. I'm not going to torture you showing me taking a bite of it, but believe me, that is a really good way to fix an onion. I want to take about half of this and do something else with it. I'm going to put a little bit of butter and pepper in my baked potato, and I'm going to put some horseradish mustard on my sausage, and I like to cook that until it starts busting open. That's when I think it's really good. It cooks all the way through that inside. And so that's going to be it for this little show today, my 100th video. But I am going to put a picture of my old fishing buddy that's no longer with us, with a steak and this onion and a potato, and him giving a big thumbs up. So here that comes. Thanks for watching.